Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else. It is great to be back here again, streaming in June. It feels like it was just yesterday that we were in May, and yet here we are. So, a couple of things at the top of the order. And just a friendly reminder that people can and may die during tonight's session. If you are easily offended by character death, please look away now. We will not hold it against you for not wanting to be part of the slaughter. Secondarily, we welcome back two returning members of the original party. After a bit of a rendezvous with some bandits and an inspection in the library, we have a Flint back with us today and Rhea as well. So we should have a little bit more carnage, a little bit more guns and roses as we go into tonight's session. Now, it is a special month. It is a month that we all look forward to every year. It is Pride Month. So a lot of rainbows and all the things that come with that. And I think we'll leave it to our resident lover of woman and romance of gender.
Woman, hear me roar.
Would you like to say a few words to commemorate Pride Month?
Well, I was going to say nice things about all of you, but then you continue to bully me, so I don't know. Pretty much everyone, like, I know here in Australia we don't really celebrate it in June, but pretty much the entire world does, except for us, because it's us. But yeah, no, it's really nice to be part of a very, like, loving and open group, which is really good, which always helps when they're not bullying me. But yeah, and I love that Robin just goes with it, which is also nice. But yeah.
So you have been a great contributor of a little bit of diversity in our place.
No cis men. I mean,
which is very appreciated. We had the two moms and our first lesbian love affair. So appreciate all that you do for us here on streaming and stuff.
Indeed.
Awesome. So, where we left off last session, the party, who had spent a while getting in the good graces of the Thieves Guild, went on a little mission to try and uncover some relics that were said to be held in one of the nobles' mansions. The party was successful, and some would say as they got in with barely a casualty and quickly made their way out with all of the goods and a whole bunch of gold to boot. All of this went well and was met with celebration as the party had a few drinks in honor of a successful raid, and the items were slowly identified, but maybe not by the soberest of minds.
Dead frog on a stick.
Gandalf.
It was not without its mischief, as a particular artificer belonging to the Thieves Guild may or may not now be wielding a ring that attracts dead people to them.
Jesus Christ.
It was fantastic.
That's what he said.
They don't know what we found, do they?
No.
We found lots of cool stuff.
And upon the morning coming, their breakfast was interrupted by the raid of the City Watch into the Thieves Guild. Somehow tracking them all back here, the party was instructed to quickly run away as the Thieves Guild scrambled in all directions, trying to not be caught by the city guard. Unfortunately for the party, the ceiling was collapsed around them as the city guard raided their catacombs from above, trying to get a jump on them, and they were quickly surrounded by a few of the town guard, as well as the leader of the guard himself, a imposing figure who was quickly able to convince them that they were probably in their best interest to come to the jail cells to have a bit of a chat. His name was Dwali Shadowhand. And the party, in a good conscience, chose to not go with the law enforcement of the town, and chose instead to manipulate them with magic, which is always an approach that is doable. They were let past briefly, with the shouts and exclamations 30 seconds afterwards, as the spell's magic wore off. The party, in haste to escape, began to jump onto the roof and jump from rooftop to rooftop, some turning into cats, others still trying their best to cause enough chaos to escape unharmed. After the sound of footsteps in the rear started to fade, the party, gathering their wits about them, decided the best course of action was to split into 3 different groups and split the party to 2 or 3 parts of the city. And that is where we meet our loving party today. On the map screen, we have 3 different taverns. This is more of a mind's eye map, not necessarily a physically correct map. The spaces in between aren't exactly down to scale, as the party sits across multiple locations in the taverns, trying to figure out what their next moves might be.
Splitting the party was the best idea I think we've ever had.
It was
And
fantastic.
we'll see you for our new campaign next week.
I'm starting to sort of brush up some names. The band of those that don't split, things like that. It's a couple of catchy options.
I've already had a character set this week, so I cannot mentally handle this. Just like you know, Robin.
So you're saying that if I do this, it'll push you over the edge.
Oh, you have no idea. You think I'm bad now.
Just making some quick notes, not in anything to do with that at all.
Manufactured drama.
I can't handle.
All right, so yes, you guys are all in your separate taverns, and for the sake of tonight, I'm going to quickly move us through from the leftmost tavern to the rightmost tavern to try and get a bit of a feel for what's happening in each of your new groups. So we start at the whole left with Malkis and Rafe. As you enter this tavern, you notice it's quite empty this time of day. The barkeeper, a woman dressed in sort of plain clothes, carrying some fresh bread, is behind the bar as she welcomes you all in. Well, hello. It's a pleasure to have you. I wasn't expecting guests so early, but you're more than welcome to sit. Would you like some food? Maybe an early lunch?
Malkis, in his most posh accent, will speak and say, "Oh, why, thank you, dear. Yes, I would absolutely love that."
Oh well, that's great. I'll bring it to your table. How's 5 silver pieces for both of you sound? And I can fill up a tankard for both of you as well.
Here, take 2 gold.
Oh, well, why thank you, sir. I'll be over promptly. As she quickly scurries together, trying to bring a couple of bits and pieces, and you hear that sound of the liquid pouring from the large tankard sitting off to the side of the bar. Fills it up.
I jab Malkis in the ribs and say, "We're trying not to be memorable."
No, this is the point. This is the point. We're being memorable by being very different. And what we usually are, right? I'm impersonating my dead brother, okay? Call me Mordred, alright? Mordred Ramsey Fairfax, that's my name.
I'm a fucking cat.
My bodyguard. You can be my
For a
bodyguard.
cat.
It's alright, I'm a noble. It's fine.
Noble with a pet cat. That's fine. It's fine. We're fine.
She begins to approach you all as she brings over a plate, a little charcuterie board of selected goods, as well as the 2 tankards. She says, while I have you here, I just have to ask, are you both adventurers, perchance?
Oh, no. I'm just a a nobleman from over up in Dramesh, down from Harkads. Just here, looking, traveling, seeing what this little town is like.
You've travelled all the way to Nandar then. Is it a nice journey? I've never made it myself. The desert between us and the town of Pranine comes with a bit of mystique that I tend to avoid, but you seem to have made it through all right.
Ah, yes, you know. Once you pay for good guards like this, you can get anywhere safely.
Were you able to see the different things that town was known for? I heard that potentially they were all mind controlled or something like that.
Oh, I'm not sure. We might have gone through at a different time. It was years ago. Years and years since I've been then.
You haven't been back. Well, you might have actually been through while they were all under the spell. As I hear, somebody actually was using them all to mine crystals. Sort of had them under some compulsion. And yes, was getting them to mine on their behalf. Apparently, it all came to a head when an adventuring party uncovered all of the hidden mystery and even found some sort of a device that was impersonating, no pun intended, but trying to pretend to be a person. Apparently, the town leader was some sort of a magic construct for quite a time. It was all fanfare. I'm sad you haven't actually seen it. I was hoping for some first-hand information.
Well, you know what we would pay to be an adventurer.
Indeed.
I try to stay away from danger.
And that giant sword that you carry, is that a way to sort of put it at bay?
Yeah, this is just for looks. This is nothing but a plastic sword.
You hear like the voice of your sword speak to you. Who are you calling a toy sword? She says, "Well, it's quite a flashy toy sword. You must be a bit of a noble then."
Well, yes, I come from the Ramsey Fairfax family. You might have heard of us.
I haven't, but that's not necessarily a reflection on your family. I'm just not very well traveled, and news takes a long time to reach Avolo these days.
Yes, peasants in Nandar don't know much about the world.
Hey, at least I've got my own business here. There's no need to be pushy. Try the charcuterie board. I promise you that it will live up to any high-born expectations.
Well, thank you very much. Let's eat.
And she sort of bows a little bit to you and heads back and starts to prepare the rest of the place. Sorry, my apologies. Hector Hargraves and Astra Starskin.
What?
In the tavern together.
This is not my last name, but okay.
It's more of what you're known as, not necessarily what your name is. And the bartender there, you found yourselves into a little bit of a dirtier bar. You went into one of the first ones that you sort of saw on your way, and the guy behind the counter, wiping off some grime from the night before, says, "What can I do for the two of you then?"
Just quick check. Yeah, okay, that answers my question.
I've got maybe a bit of milk. It's fermented, but if the kitty wants it.
Yes, that's fine for this.
How about with maybe some offal? I've got some offcuts from the previous evening.
No. Just the milk is fine. Do you have just a glass of water for me? Be great. And maybe.
Oh, I'm afraid there's no clean water in this tavern.
I meant water with some cider on the side.
Right,
just
that'd be fine.
Yes.
I can get you that.
Thanks very much.
That sounds like no problem. And he begins to bustle up some food. You see like the milk being poured, and it's just like plop, plop, plop.
Assyria just stares at the milk and stares at Hector, and it's sort of like she doesn't want to drink this. She really doesn't want to drink this, and she's just furiously meowing at Hector.
I lean over and whisper to Asteria, just run off to the bathroom as a cat and come back as your normal self.
And he quickly gets together and brings over the bowl of milk and a cider with a beautiful head on it, but the head is not white. It's sort of like an off yellow as you pour it. Sorry, Astra.
As a cat, I push the bowl off the table and then I run off.
As you see it splash, you realize it's not the first liquid that has been spilt onto this floor. It makes itself quite at home in the general filth of the place. As the barkeep walking over to now just Hector, he says, "Well, what's a man of such fine attire doing in a place like this then?"
Nothing untoward. I'm just meeting a friend here. That is all.
Okay. I'll walk in and be like, Hector!
Asteria!
Oh,
Serena, how are you?
my lady, Astra Serena, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Oh, I see you're here with my friend Henry.
It is a pleasure to have you both in my establishment. Can I offer you maybe some wine?
Yes, please. I would love that. And I throw him a silver piece.
Oh, you're too kind. And he runs up to the back, pours the exact same ale that he poured for Hector.
No!
And he walks up and is like, "My lady, there you are. I was wondering, the two of you look quite out of place here. You wouldn't perhaps be adventurers, would you?"
No. Serena and I are mere merchants. We're just passing through Avolo and selling some wares, and we're on our way soon.
Well,
I was meeting up with my sister here, and
is Hector,
I needed...
is Henry your sister?
Come on.
Does he look like my sister?
Hey,
No,
I'm
I
not
was
gonna judge.
up
This
with my sister.
is Pride Month. You know, whatever you want to go by, you can go by.
And
Yay!
Yay! And no, my family thought it would be best for Henry to accompany me.
Right, a big, strong, sort of brawny, sort of protector type. I get it.
Oh, not so much as
Oh,
protection,
looks can
more
be
as
deceiving,
companionship.
Trust me. Looks can be deceiving, trust me. And I just kind of wink at him.
Well, whichever way you guys decide to go, I would be encouraging you strongly not to head to the west.
Why?
Why? What's happening there? Sorry.
Word has it that us folk here aren't the only ones getting into the crystals, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, who else? Who are these other folks getting into crystals?
Well, I don't perhaps know if you've ever heard of a kobold.
No. What's that?
So, they've never really been too intelligent by the way things sound, but we were chatting a little bit, and I heard that travelers that came from there had recently sighted a few kobolds that seemed to have been sort of enlarged. They seem to have sort of grown in musculature and brawn. One even observed that there were a few vials of a purple liquid that were shattered nearby where they were spotted. If the believe they've been drinking some crystal juice and roiding up.
Henry, do you know what a kobold is? Kobold.
No, I've
Well,
heard the
what-
term only once before, but what is it? What is it? Sir, what is a kobold?
What is your
Especially
name, by
one
the way,
that's
actually?
juiced up.
They've typically not really come out too much prior to the crystal occurrence. We didn't really see much of anything coming from. But now, with all of that happening, we've seen a few more of them return. It's like they were dormant or something, but they've definitely come out now in
How do we?
What?
What do we? How do we recognize one? Should we not head out to the west, or should our travels take us out there later?
Did you not explain what they were? What are they? You keep avoiding the question.
We can't hear. Oh, there we go. Sorry, your audio is cutting out.
or height. And they are typically quite scrawny individuals. They They are like human-like, but they've got scaly skin and a bit of a snout. And so if you see something scaly and small and bipedal, that'll be sort of what you're looking to avoid.
Like Henry size small or bigger?
Like Henry, but somehow less bulky.
Okay. I got it.
Somehow.
And,
less
Did you
bulky.
take note,
I like
Henry?
it. Yes, smaller than me and more fragile. I like it.
Yeah, that was before they
young and
started
growing
drinking
up.
the potions.
Interesting. Where have you heard of any other places that have these crystal juices you mentioned? Maybe I could look into how they work.
Well, the juices themselves, there's nobody really selling them, but as I have come to expect, somebody said that there might be some kind of a witch or shaman amongst them that was crafting these things. But I stay far away from them in the safety of Avolo. That you can be sure of. But if you do think that going and exploring and trying to find them is a good idea, you may want to head to Marshall Keep, which is due northeast from here.
So then, by your definition, they do have intelligence and they have community. If you said they have a shaman/witch.
Well,
So
last
they are-
I heard
they
is
are,
that
like-
people were fleeing Marshall Keep, and those are a hardy people. They live right on the boiling ocean, sandwiched between that and the mines themselves. They are not strangers to hard times, and yet they are escaping here, of all places.
Henry, I'm very confused right now.
It's okay, Serena. It's fine. Now, so just so I'm clear on what you just said, you said don't head west, but should we want to track down these kobolds and find out more about this crystal juice, to head northeast?
Northwest. My apologies.
Northwest.
I'm good at making mead. I'm not too good with the directions.
That's okay, my friend. Now, just one other line of business for you. We are due to meet some other colleagues here tomorrow morning. Do you have an area we can stay for the evening?
Oh, I've got some accommodation out back. It'll be a bit shared, and you'll be sleeping with some of the other regulars. But it's good. It's good lodgings.
Henry, Julia, can I whisper to Henry like, we have to?
Make a stealth check.
Can I guide myself and be like,
Again,
I was
if you're
whispering.
like, I cast guidance, and then whisper, yes.
I touch my. Oh my god.
Got him.
Fucking oath, you lot.
And by the way, this guy's name is Jaren, and it turns out that he is bisexual.
Now, I'm not sure if that came up in conversation or not, but okay.
Yeah, I know. Like,
It didn't,
okay.
but he gives off strong bi vibes.
You can't give off bi vibes. Trust me.
Oh, he
I
was
will-
flirting just as hard
I know
with
that
you
now.
as he was with Henry.
Wait, how?
Who wouldn't though?
We could not tell that. That was not flirting, Robin.
Well, he gave you guys his best mead.
It
Twice.
was just the same mead.
Yeah, but it was his best stock.
Roll with it. Roll with
Okay.
it.
Wait, so
Roll
do I
with
get
it.
to roll the d4?
No, unless you want to literally make a chant prior to doing this bit. You're fine.
Yeah,
Oh.
boy, one.
What
Go
was
ahead
in
and whisper.
Jeremy's cider with the funny coloured frothy top?
421.
Yeah, so what are you whispering?
Feel like I'm surely there's nicer places around here. Just think of something, Hector.
Mysteria,
Henry, Hector.
we only have one night to survive. We need to lay incredibly low. Staying in
I
a...
will be with other people.
Exactly. It's better than staying on our own, which is what the Fuzz would expect.
Yeah, fine.
Hector's a hardened criminal now. He calls him the Fuzz. I love it.
It's okay.
Fine.
We'll be
Flying
together.
into
We'll
episode.
look after each other. Maybe just be the cat again.
That works.
Yes.
Okay.
Or a spider and creep onto
No,
the
it only
ceiling
works
out
for
of
2 hours.
reach.
I can't be a cat again.
Okay.
Nice.
I'll
you
wake
do
up
that.
as me. Yeah.
And as you are discussing and having your whispers, we head to the third tavern of this evening. This time with Finry and Harm.
Yes.
I would like to get one that is a little bit more of the shady persuasion.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So you do a little bit of a look around. Go ahead and make an investigation check as you try and find your way to a seedy bar in the city.
Excellent. And that is a. Oh, that was almost so good. That's an 11. It was almost a 15, and then it went bloop.
I don't know how you managed to shoot a crossbow while you're doing.
Oh, what? I need an investigation. Sorry, I don't know how that happens.
They're right next to each other on the keyboard, so.
They
Yeah,
really
just like you're looking with one eye, your crossbow out to the other side. You're like.
I don't
you
know why
went
it's
to
doing
use the
that.
wrong hand.
Hang on. Why does it keep doing that? Okay, let's try this again. That one.
So I started blasting. Oh, shooting again! Just crossbow with one hand, crossbow with the other.
There, and 10 for the
Just
investigation.
shooting crossbows into the
I don't
sky.
know.
Just choo, 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 choo.
I love it when you do that, Robin. You look like one of those things outside of a car yard.
the wacky wavy inflatable tube man.
Please tell me that your investigation is paired with the crossbow, and it's just like wherever it lands, you're like, oh, hey!
The only way that you observe is through the lens of
Twister.
a crossbow sights.
Yeah,
He's throwing
how
darts
it
at like a globe, but he's taken it to the next level. He's just
Yeah.
shooting crossbow arrows into the ground.
With a 10, it takes you a little bit of time, but eventually you do uncover a place which seems a little bit run down, off the beaten path. As you approach the doorway, you see that two sort of curtain halves cover the doorway itself, and it has a bit of sort of a black faded rime on the side of the curtains from all the people walking in and out of it over time.
Excellent. I'm looking specifically for thieves' camp around the outside, that it's a safe den sort of thing.
Yeah, it's beautifully there. It's like this
Yeah.
place is pimping. Is like thieves' camp on the outside.
Love it.
So, before we go in, Harm, I think so to throw the fuzz off our fuzz is a thieves' term. Only like the most hardened of criminals use this term.
Is it something
I think,
to do with a beard, like a small amount of beard? Is that what you're referring to?
I think it sometimes refers to like the short buzz cut that the fuzz get, or the cops. Sorry, I'm
Oh,
hard to myself.
constabulary, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
But we should also think about the different names for each other. So I was thinking, because he's not around at the moment, we should refer to you as Raya until we meet back up at the party. So that way, you know, they won't know who you are.
Got a full circle.
He's gone. I can't hear him.
I think that's a horrible plan.
Well, was there?
Literally looking for Raya. Literally looking for Raya. Why don't you call me by a very unconfusing name, which is my original name, Carlos?
Carlos. I didn't. Learning something new about one another. See, this is good. This is healthy for our friendship. Okay, and I shall go by.
You could also be Carlos. That's why we're such good friends at this
Oh,
point.
yes. we just met on the community notice board, like Carlos Friends Meetup.
If your name's Carlos, meet here on a Tuesday at 9:30 p.m.
Love it.
Oh, Jesus,
Loving-
they're multiplying.
Okay, sorry, I got a bubble in my throat. Okay, Carlos, let's go. And I try to reach up to like link arms with him as we walk into the tavern.
How tall's Finry? Because Harm's like 6+, 6 foot
He's
plus.
not that tall. He's
No.
very short.
Harm's oblivious. He just keeps walking. Doesn't see it happen.
Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you both here today. I hope that you've come in for our weekday brunch special.
Have the other Carloses arrived yet?
No. What are you referring to?
Oh well,
Carlos's.
yes. There was a notice put up that all Carloses should meet here today for brunch.
Well, I knew
Carlos
that.
convention.
I knew that having that specific sort of brunch promotional would pay off, but it's good to see that I've now the sort of centerpiece of the Carlos convention.
Yes. definitely.
Please do come in. Make yourselves comfortable. I wish I had known. I would have prepared more, but I will definitely start. Can I offer you all a drink to begin with?
Oh yes, thank you very much. I will myself will have some ale. Carlos, what would you like?
Carlos, that's a fantastic choice. I will also have the Carlos ale.
Well, I could definitely get that for you. My name is Quinn, and I will be looking after you this morning. Please do let me know if you have any questions. I will be more than happy to answer them for you.
Thank you so much, Quinn. And as when she walks away, I'm going to write in the dust on the table in Thieves' Cant, need to send message.
Awesome. She finishes up. She gets you your ale, and she delivers it. Walks off and brings back a pad of paper, and she smiles. Says, "In case you needed to write down any orders that you might want."
You are the best hostess anyone could ask for, Quinn. Thank you so much.
No, it is my absolute pleasure. If you would have need of anything else, any gossip or anything else, please do let me know.
Will do. Thank you.
And she smiles and she walks over back to the bar.
Harm is heard of this stuff before, but he's never seen it in action, so he's a little bit confused. He's like, Finry, what's actually going on here? Why is she giving you stuff? What were you writing in the bar? What's going on?
It's just this thing that us in the community can do. We have our own secret code where we can communicate without prying eyes, as it were.
I see. And are there many of you who are able to do this in your code?
It's more than possible. There could be a few of us. There could be a little. You never know. You just keep an eye out for the signs.
Very interesting.
But let's not talk about me today, Carlos. Let's talk about you.
Most definitely. I would love to speak about Anubis for the rest of the day if you have the time.
That was actually what I was going to talk to you about. It's Anubis this and Anubis that, and by Anubis's will, and it's great. I love that. It's fantastic. It's very you. But what I want to know is that all? Is it just serve Anubis? Is there perhaps a Mrs. Harm or little kidlet Harms running around, or?
There is no need for love when you have the endless support and appreciation and relationship with Anubis. Why would I need a partner or children?
And you're okay with your whole being just being to serve Anubis, nothing for yourself?
My being, myself, is tied to Anubis. He one day will take me, and I will leave this mortal plane, and until that day I will do his bidding. One so amazing, one so grand, one so wise, one so generous has granted me such powers and opened a new door for me. He took me and showed me what the next few years look like, and these things are things that I could never have imagined in my wildest dreams. And yet he knew me at a personal level. He knew things that nobody else could know.
See, I'm not really one of the godly persuasions such as yourself, so I'm having a little bit of trouble just wrapping my head around this devotion to just one person when you yourself are also a person. You have your own wants, needs, desires, and things like that, but you just focus all of that energy just into Anubis.
There's a difference, I think, in some people not realizing the call that some gods have, which is you are not choosing who you follow. I was chosen by Anubis. This was not an opportunity to turn down. There is only one answer when a god takes you to an astral plane and shows you the future. It's hard to say no to that.
No, I thought what you were going to say was the answer to that was no. I'm good, thanks. I'm just personal preference, I suppose.
I look. You're a fine friend, Finry, but you don't quite match up to an astral presence that is all powerful and gives me superpowers. It's hard to find anyone who would.
My power comes from myself, so I'm pretty cool with that. Also, you said we're friends. I'm writing that down. It's true. It happened today, right now. I write down all the
in a message.
Pardon?
And you could put it in your message to your friend.
Yes, well, part of this is, and thank you for not mentioning anything to anyone. I sent you that message regarding, not killing the bandits, and you just haven't talked to anyone about that. That's a big help. Thank you so much. That's actually part of the reason I needed some paper. I need to get in contact with, I think Altaeus called them Dakota Jones.
Yes, you've got your book that needs decoding still.
Yes, I do, and I'm very... Pardon?
Oh, I was going to say, is your book tied up to your friend, Jason? Is he a part of this process with the book? How is he tied into this? Because I almost got an unfriend vibe from him when we were doing the heist. It was... Yeah,
well, we had to work together for a little bit when I lived back in Krago before I left. I don't like him very much. He was like more of an acquaintance, like someone like a work friend, if you will. Like, finish a hard day's work, let's go out for a drink and stuff. I don't know why he's down here. I don't believe that he's just here for a change of scenery.
There were many people like that in my life before Anubis. I understand what you mean.
Yep, Anubis, thumbs up.
Love Anubis.
Love that Anubis.
Finry, I can feel the pain that you're expressing now, but let me be clear that Anubis has never whispered your name, and you'll never have anything to worry about. But if you ever need me to eliminate a pain or open a door that previously couldn't be opened, then let me know, and I'd be more than happy to plead your case with Anubis.
I do appreciate that, Harm, and I want you to know that, if you're ever having troubles or doubts or anything, you can always turn to me, and I'm a friendly ear to listen to. I don't talk that much, but if you need someone to talk to, I'm a very good listener.
I'll take that into consideration if there's things to talk about that don't concern the astral planes. Thank you, Finry. You are a good friend. If I had someone to write to, I would tell them.
Oh yes, that reminds me. I need to write these letters. So the first letter is going to be to, just get a message out. I'll enclose some gold or something to the messenger to arrange the meet with Dakota Jones.
Yep.
The second letter is to one Dwali Storm Shadowhand.
Yep.
To be delivered in about 3 days' time to him.
Right.
And the letter pretty much says, "My dearest Dwali Shadowhand, you are the most imposing and striking of dwarf figures in this fair city. I apologize for our first meeting not having the greatest of impressions. I do hope that in the future we can be the bestest of friends. Perhaps over dinner we can discuss this when I'm back in town. Yours faithfully, Finry, XOXO."
Gossip Girl, it's beautiful. That's lovely. As you author it, seeing you fold it up, your bartender comes over to you and she says, "May I take that one for you?"
"Yes, thank you very much." And as I place it into her hands, there'll be some coin for her as well.
"And when would you like it delivered?"
Well, the first one as soon as possible. And this second one, and I hold up the one to Dwali, 3 days' time.
"I will make sure that it is so."
Thank you.
Harm is still oblivious, so he's just like, "The service here is fantastic. Quinn, you're amazing. All these things. I cannot believe that we stumbled into the most amazing tavern in the whole of the town. This is fantastic. You're a friend of any Carlos that we come into contact with. We'll make sure we send all Carloses here for a drink."
Just quickly, you guys wouldn't happen to have heard of a sort of chain of bars called the Chili Weasel, have you?
The name possibly rings a bell.
Well, I've heard tell that there's some sort of a barkeeper trying to start a barkeeping monopoly across the land. Word has it he has a bit of magic at his disposal that allows people to enter his tavern from any door.
Oh, Okay, that sounds rather interesting.
Harm starts poking, like nudging him a little bit, like, we know about that.
Oh, that's quite interesting.
Friend, you could
Like, is he going to like franchise? Like, obviously that would be a little bit of a indirect competition for yourself there, Quinn.
Indeed. Now, at the moment, it seems like the tech is just not quite there yet, but I have concerns if he is able to actually open the door back. If you have a regular tavern that you can go to every single evening, regardless of where you are in the world, that would seem to be quite the competition.
Quinn, heading to a tavern has never been a problem. Getting home from a tavern has often been a problem.
Yeah. Yes.
Often.
You are right.
If you want to investigate magic to get people home, that would be amazing. Maybe some sort of cart service that
I'll have a
people
think.
can hire their carts out to you and take you home in the evenings. You could call it epic or something. It would be epic.
Yeah, something
VC
large, something exciting. Yes, epic would be good. I'll have a think about it. Maybe we can arrange for some dwarves with carts to sort of travel around the city or something.
Yes.
And for those and for those ladies who don't feel comfortable traveling in a male-driven cart, they can have a female-driven cart, and it could be called up.
Okay.
Just
Interesting.
both sides.
We could even have sort of a shared ride experience to make sure that they feel that there's at least a number advantage.
Yes, and split the cost.
And there's always that, isn't there?
I mean, you could always just employ a barbarian or something to sit in the cart and cleave somebody's head off if they cause any problems. I mean, we're not living in some kind of shake hands and be kind to each other world.
The overheads then become a bit of an issue, though, right?
Literally the overheads.
Oh, you. Oh well. Have you all heard of any interesting rumors? It's sort of my trade.
I've actually heard something very interesting.
Oh yes?
Yes, I heard that people in the community should be very cautious as it appears the city guard is able to place location beacons, as it were, on the items that may not be in the hands to which they belong.
Oh, well, the thieves better watch out then. Luckily, that won't be of any issue to us.
Oh, no, but I just heard that the other day, and I was just, it's very interesting.
Oh, indeed. That Wally Shadowhead is quite the sleuth.
Yes, very. Finry blushes a little bit, remembering what he looks like.
Was it the handlebar mustache?
And then he grew bigger and like more imposing. Finry's like, oh, hi.
Hell yeah.
Finn, before we do you have any rooms for the evening that Carlos and I could stay?
Oh, for the Carlos convention, I will happily put some rooms aside.
Thank you.
Now, will it just be the 2 rooms?
Unless more Carloses show up, maybe have one extra just ready to go.
There will be a 50% deposit to maintain the room. Will that be okay?
Yes, of course. How much is 50% deposit?
It'll be 5 silver pieces for that room.
Okay, yeah, I can work. Yeah,
we can make that work.
Yeah.
So then 1 gold piece for each of you for the other 2 rooms.
Okay. Cool.
Perfect. I will have those waiting for you.
So Harm tries to be cool like Finry earlier with like sliding money into the hand and stuff, and just totally fumbles it onto the ground and is like, here you go, here's my coin. While just quickly, while there's not many people here, I need to know if you've heard of a particular name. I deal in names, not rumors, and a particular name was whispered to me recently. Quinn, have you heard of the name of Gerdinge?
Gerdinge.
I would of course pay for any knowledge. I would not expect you to give away anything for free, but...
Well, I have a suspicion. I think the name does ring a bell, but if you are willing to pay, then what's the price for the name?
I'd be more than happy to slip a few extra gold. And I proceed to drop all the money on the ground that I was going to give her and just kind of fumble as I pick it up.
Oh, I know. I'll help. And she just sort of grabs it all and picks it up. And she says, "Oh, well, Mr. Dinge is a bit of a merchant. He comes through every once in a while. It's just your luck. This particular man is actually going to be in town square. There's a market that's to be held tomorrow. And if you were to inquire there, I'm sure that you will find him amongst the other merchants."
I see. That's very helpful. Of course, when I pay for information, I pay for you to forget that you've given the information more so than the passing of it, correct?
Yes, I believe Saul was the one asking for that particular information.
Certainly. That brunch you were talking about earlier, all this discussion has made us Carloses very hungry.
Bring it out. As you bring it out and get to, it's all laid out, and you have quite a nice meal. Nothing too fancy, but it's quite hearty. A couple of cured meats, and the rest of it. And before we finish up for this first half of the session, we'll jump back to our initial tavern. As our two companions who are catching up over a little bit of ale, and probably the nicest of the taverns in hindsight. We have Malkis and Rafe. As you two are chatting, you notice a guard walk through the door.
Oh dear.
Walking through, the bartender walks over. Says, "Hi, can I help you?" The guy says, "You wouldn't happen to have seen a group of 6 coming through this way?" And he looks around. He says, "One that looks like a cat."
I'm doing my best to sort of look very inconspicuous. Look at the opposite wall.
Make a stealth check.
Hood up.
One that looks like a black sort of dressed figure with a large sword. Short one with the crossbow. We have one of them that looks like a sort of a pretty elf. With some sort of purplish bluish skin, quite iconic, really. A sort of a small halfling with the top hat and monocles. Nothing.
That's a 15 for stealth.
Says, well,
Malthus rolled a 21.
You know what? I'm also gonna cash a minor blessing from a couple of sessions back and throw in that extra D4. That's a +3, so 18 total.
Nice. As you guys sort of heads down, drinking the ale in the peripheral vision, the guard looks around, and the bartender says, "Well, no, not 6. I've only got these 2 in here right now, and they definitely weren't traveling with any bigger groups." And she smiles, and the guard says, "Well, you know the drill. If you see anything, make sure to come and report it to us." And she says, "Oh no, I absolutely will. Don't you forget. I've always been good to the police. I mean the town guard." And he says, "You have a good day." And he sort of walks out. She walks over to the 2 of you, and she says, "A cat, hey? A person that looks like a cat." Looking at you, Rafe, kind of waiting for your response.
I toss her 5 gold pieces really quickly, and I say, "What cat?"
Ah, yes. The eye does play some interesting tricks. And she goes back to, she cleans up a plate off of the table and heads back to the bar. A bit later on during the day, we get a similar scene as a guard approaches the next of our taverns. as they begin to do the rounds. And walking into the tavern here, we see. Are you still in your elven form, Asteria?
So can I just say, I thought blue elves were common. Are you saying it's not?
No.
God damn it!
I mean, your skin literally glows in constellations.
Yeah, but not always.
Yeah, but like something dramatic happened to make you suddenly start to glow in constellations. You were at one point the average sort of olive-skinned elven beauty that is expected,
normal.
but suddenly
Okay,
you changed to be a night sky in dusk.
Okay. Yeah, I am still my elven self.
The bartender says, "Good day, sir," and the guy says, "Oh, hello again."
As he walks
And
in, Hector, I sort of get my hat off right away and sort of chuck it under another table, sort of out the way. The bow tie comes off, and I lose the vest.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Whoa. You got this.
Can I like touch his shoulder and be like, I believe?
Yes, this time you are far enough away that you can whisper it. I bless you.
Yeah, well, I touch his shoulder. Like I touch his hand. Like I believe you or something.
What does that give me?
Okay,
A
get a
plus
D4.
4?
Extra D4.
Plus 4. D4. 1d4.
Have a little roll, see how you go.
Oh no!
Fair.
Fuck, I know.
So with a natural 1, the bartender looks around and he says, "Oh, what can I do for you then?" He says, "Well, I'm looking for some people. You may have seen them." And he looks around. So are you cat at the moment, Asteria?
No, because unfortunately I'm not. Because I'm a still elven woman. Because goddamn.
And looks around, see Hector just as you stand there, kind of just looking at the spilt milk around you. Says, "Oh, don't worry too much. I'm mistaken." And the guard turns around and leaves.
Wait, what?
Serena, Asteria, that was too close. We need to be hidden
so
more.
close. Why did you tell me to come back as an elf?
And
I'm blaming you.
with
Okay.
that,
I'm going to turn back into a cat. Can I go off to the corner and come back as a cat?
sure, you get to the restrooms again. This guy's gonna know that you can transform, right? Like.
No, I don't go to the restroom. I walk out, be like, "So nice to see you, Henry."
The cat
and then I walk out.
and Asteria has not been in the same room at the same time.
They're not the same person, okay? One's a human and one's a cat.
Very different.
Yeah.
Very, very
So
different.
I'd be like,
The cat has glasses on.
All right, so let's role play that. You head on out, and the guy is like chilling out, and you head back in as a cat. The guy's like, "Get out of here, you mangy cat!
No!
Get out!
Loud,
I don't
because
want
they
it.
can notice.
Get out!" I will leave you to decide how that unfolds. And then lastly, in the dustiest of taverns, we see the guard walk in again, and you see them looking out into the bartender. Says, "Oh well, it's good to see you again." And she says, "Likewise. What can I do for you?" He says, "Just doing some rounds. Wanting to let you know that there are a few persons of interest. Sort of bespectacled man, short man with a top hat, a elf with blue skin, tall man with a book, short one with a crossbow. Other than that, we have a man that looks like a cat, and long, flowing black cape man with large sword. Make sure."
Oh, cut out the audio there.
Make sure to away from prying eyes. And she says, Thank you kindly, and passes him a silver coin. And he leaves.
I look over to Quinn and I flicker a gold piece as a thank you.
No, it is my pleasure. This is how we do business here at Avolo.
I like the way your business operates.
And with that, unless you guys want to do something specifically, I will give you the room to sort of pass the night and see how you sort of have a long rest.
I do just want to change into some beautiful, nice clothes. If I need to buy them, that's fine. I'll buy some.
I'm sure you have a change of clothes. Like you're really traveling with nothing.
Can I wear like a long cloak to hide myself? See, I thought blue elves were common, but guess not.
You're also in dwarf country, so you stand head and shoulders above all of the most common people here.
I'll spend the next 6 hours grooming myself.
Oh yeah, curling up and just licking yourself.
Bath time.
Mark, can you just climb up on the chair and show us? Just here's an example.
What we're looking at here.
I need a few ribs removed.
I'm a visual person, Mark. I need this in demonstration.
Oh, you guys asked for it.
Oh god. My plan for a disguise for the next day is to pretty much comb my hair so it gets as straight as possible and tie it back into like a nice bun, put some makeup on and pull my cloak over and try and make myself look as much like possibly either a halfling woman or a little girl, and my whole thing is going to be that Harm is my father.
That's awesome.
That's for the next day. But other than that, I'll just be waiting for a response to the letter regarding Dakota Jones.
Awesome. So
Finry, can you maybe color my hair a little bit or something? I feel like they might be looking for a man with grey hair. Surely you can make it a little bit darker so I don't look so old.
I was hoping you would ask. Okay, all right, I have ideas. And I pull out this like almost like easel looking thing with just different colors of makeup and like hair dye and everything on it. Okay, which one would you like? What's your favorite color?
Finley, let me just remind you, I'm going to sit down in a moment and pass out, and I'm going to leave you to do your magic. I'm served the god of murder, so just do a good job.
I'm equal bits excited and terrified. Excellent. Okay, so I am going full color of the rainbow on his mohawk.
Nice.
And in inverse of that, I'll have like an inverse almost of that on his beard.
Ooh.
And I'll throw in a little bit of glitter into his beard as well, so it sparkles in the sunlight. And then I'm going to make sure that I am nowhere within reach of him when I go to sleep.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's definitely fair.
Draw a little
awesome.
knob at the back of his neck. You'll never know.
You'll never know.
In mascara.
Not yet. No. I
An
just said it was
everlasting waterproof mascara.
I'll just wake up and there'll be a name in my book for sure.
He only just said that we're friends, okay? That's like best friends pranks.
Yeah, we're working our way up to that. All right, so I'm going to call there for a quick break. So we'll do a 10-minute break at 9:42. We should be heading back, and we'll resume the escapades in Avolo.
Excellent.
The party was the best idea ever.
This is so much fun. I love it.
Just while we're on break, what better time than to go and check out our Buy Me a Coffee page? Anyone in the chat? Do check it out. Keen for any feedback. Check it out. It's going to be some really cool character journals coming up there over the next week. But yeah, now's the time. I'll put the link in the chat now.
Are they going to be free for a week, the next batch of journal entries?
Are going to be free for a week. It's going to be amazing. So get in there, have a look. Hit follow, put your email address in when you hit follow, and then you'll get sent a confirmation email thereafter. Do click the link in the confirmation email before you'll be properly signed up to receive these things as they come out.
Speaking of follow, we are 17 away from the 250 milestone. What happens then, Jez?
When we hit 250, thanks for the reminder there, Mark. When we hit 250 followers here on Twitch, we'll be running a giveaway such that one lucky follower will be awarded either a digital or physical copy of Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, which our resident Dan here has been reading and loving it, right?
I love it so much. I have so many ideas. I have all the things.
So now's the time. Hit follow.
I've been watching Castlevania for the first time.
Yes.
Oh,
and,
me too.
And it is. I am so ready for a very specifically vampire-esque campaign at some point. Or at least a couple
if only there was a campaign that was specifically centered around a vampire, but I just can't remember what it's called.
Or a setting even.
I know.
So yeah, definitely worth it. Some awesome content, and I hope one of you new followers win it, just to prove that that last mile effort counts. But everybody that tunes in on the giveaway stream will be in it to win it.
And second for that Castlevania content, because it's actually really good.
Oh, definitely watch it.
Really good.
It's on Netflix. There's 4 seasons, like season 1 and 2 are awesome.
22 minutes an episode, so they are just binge worthy.
Not sponsored, but definitely worth checking out.
Have you heard Capcom? Okay. Anyway.
9:45. We'll meet back here. We'll see you all then.
Bye.
Dad, what happened to your?
Welcome back.
What happened to your video cam? What happened to your?
We're
video?
back. Hi everyone.
Hey, and welcome. It is good to be returned as we are all refreshed and long rested, and we can jump right back into the session. So, as all of you have a restful evening, is anybody taking any precautions while they rest?
I have a technical question for yourself, DM. So one of my abilities is I can create tools just out of nothing. Is a disguise kit one of those such tools?
I can imagine that you'd be able to make certain disguises. I can imagine you could put some grease together. You could,
Oh no, I can magic together some tools. I just know whether.
Oh yeah, absolutely, then for sure. Whether you have proficiency in that is another matter, but yes.
I'm gonna give it a go. I will.
Oh my god! Yes.
So, when would you typically make such a tool? During the night? What time would you reckon you would do all of your magicking?
In the morning first. Oh yeah, in the morning first thing. It's just
awesome. So I wouldn't stress too much about that at this stage.
Okay. So it's still evening. Okay. All right.
I would talk with Harm. Harm, before we go to bed, just want to, we are still on the lamb. I don't know why it's a lamb, but we are on it. I just want you to, we should be careful. I don't want to get taken away. I don't know if Dave's actually there at the moment. I can't see him.
I will write your name in my book.
Oh shit, I knew it! Before he passed out drunk and I did the thing to him, I would have discussed taking watch, and I definitely would have done the whole chair under the doorknob thing so that we could be alerted, and then talk about, sleep schedule and stuff, so that way we don't get any nasty surprises during the night.
Beautiful. Yes.
Could Hector and I ask the barkeep for a private room if possible?
Oh, I'm afraid it's only the common room.
Privacy screen or anything?
Oh, I mean,
I am a young lady.
Don't make a big deal. Just let it go. You've got to blend in.
If you'd like to pay a bit extra, I could give you your own blanket.
I just glare at Henry and be like, no, it's okay.
All right, so I'll give you access to the communal blanket and
the communal blanket.
I'm just glaring at Henry / Hector.
Awesome. So yeah, as the evening wears on, all of you find yourselves in your taverns as it picks up. The first of the taverns turns to quite a nice thoroughfare. You have a lot of people come in that are well enough dressed. The food here is quite nice, and many people come here with a couple of friends to have dinner and a few drinks. Not too rowdy, with a couple of the regulars who live on the premises also making themselves known to you. At the second inn, where Hector and Asteria are, you guys see throughout the night that the early parts of the evening are not really well sort of visited. But as the evening gets later and later, dribs and drabs of drunkards waft in through the doors, sort of stumbling into one chair and another, and the bartender keeps on plying them for drinks, harvesting their cash quite effectively. And then lastly, at the final inn, you do notice that the inn has a bit of that where there'd be those people stumbling in, but for the most part, those people are sort of taken care of and given water and try to help them sober up a little. But you also see the more discerning, those that have their cowls up, and their eyes that wander across the room, observant for anybody else. And as the evening wears on and you all find your way into your rest, on the first tavern, you guys find yourselves in decent accommodation. You all have your own room, and the third room is maintained for any of the Carloses that may or may not have shown up during the night.
Did any other Carloses turn up?
Make a... what are we going to do?
If a Carlos arrived and we didn't actually have a sign up about Carloses and they arrived and were like, I'm here for the convention, something's amiss.
Roll a DC 15 Carlos check.
Okay, I'm going to roll...
+1 to Carloses.
Technically, I will give you that just because of the inherent Carlos heavy nature of this party.
I have proficiency in Carlos. Do I add that?
Can you explain to me how your proficiency in Carlos would help you in this situation?
I know a Carlos. I know he played water polo.
DM, I need to roll the proficiency because if Harm wakes up, then Finry's dead. You know.
All right, I will give you guys the capacity to do a Carlos check with a proficiency bonus as well.
I've never wanted you to get a nat 20 more in my life than right now.
Right. Get to it, mate. It's all on you, Finry.
It's all on me. So what am I actually rolling?
You could roll a d20 plus proficiency, plus 1 for your Carlos ability modifier.
So +3 then.
+3.
Yes.
I think you should roll a D100, and that's how many Carloses show up.
Oh, 21. 21 for Carlos.
With a 21, during the night, you see a man dressed in a cowl. The cowl is beautifully trimmed with a red sort of trim around the whole cloak. And as they walk in, the bartender goes, "Oh, Carlos, it is good to see you. I didn't know if you'd make it. These gentlemen here were saying that they were running the Carlos convention, but it's good to see that you made your way in." And the man kind of looks at them, reveals their cowl, and looks at the two of you. "Surely we're not all bloody Carloses."
We are Carlos. Nice to meet you, Carlos. You saw the notice. You came to get to know one another.
Oh, absolutely not. I came here to try and escape from the rest of that bloody city, and now here I am in the middle of a name convention.
It's the best type of name convention.
Well, it is my name, so I mean, I can't disagree with you there.
Yeah. Come, sit. Let's have a round of ales for the Carloses.
Well, all right. You got me. And sort of wanders over and pulls over a chair to the fireplace and begins to unwind with the two of you. But yes, you guys end up having your evening, and he's very, very happy on that front. and that you've also gotten him a room. So well done for winning over another Carlos.
That's all I wanted.
It is what it is.
Now, the tavern in the center. As you guys prepare for your evening, the place begins to die down as the drunkards all sort of fall down into a bed in the communal sleeping space, and it sort of becomes time to retire as the barkeep begins to shut things down and bar the front door. As you guys go to bed, you are awoken in the middle of the night by the sound of pounding at the door.
What's that? Asteria! And I'll wake her up.
Oh gosh.
A bunch of other people
I
around
grab my cloak.
begin to go, "Oh, shut it up, I don't want it." And you hear the door bar being lifted as the barkeep at the front says, "Gentlemen, come on in." And you hear the sound of footfalls doof, 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 as the town guard begin to march their way into the back room where you were all staying.
I go right under the blanket, completely covered. Just
Okay.
under.
I turn into a cat. I go underneath the blanket and turn into a cat.
Okay, cool.
How dark is it in here right now? Is it pitch black?
It is pretty dark.
Okay.
The men are all carrying sort of torches as they rush in, and the other men are all groaning from their drunkenness, and you see them light up some torches at the corners of the room, lighting up the whole room as they march in here. All right, where are they? And the barkeep says, "They were right in this bed here," and points at the lump of you under your sheet. And the town guard says, "All right, come up. Hands where I can see them."
I don't move. I keep completely still.
You feel the tip of a spear against your whatever's facing them under the blankets.
Oh, right in the guts.
As they press against you. "Don't make us push this any deeper."
I come out and all right. You found me.
"And where's the other one?"
What other one?
"There was a woman with you, an elven woman." "Yeah,
No.
she's in here. She hasn't left. I had the door barred,"
Nope.
says the barkeep.
Nope. I have no idea what you're talking about. Nope. No elven woman here. Just me and my trusty little cat.
So you really do want to make this difficult, don't you?
Oh dear.
You're choosing, after making us try and chase you in the middle of the night, you're choosing this as your line of action.
Hector's really starting to sweat bullets now. Keeps glancing at the cat like, shit, what do I do?
Can I I don't know what to do.
Fireball.
I can save you.
DM, just how outnumbered are they?
I would say there's probably 6 guardmen and then the leader of the group.
Hey Jess, you got this.
Is there any other female in this room?
No, you'd be surprised, but not many women feel comfortable in this space.
Okay, I'm gonna point to just gesture towards the cat. Look, this is my companion. You can take it or leave it. You have me. I put my hands up.
Actually, now that he says that, it does make a lot of sense. Like the cat and the woman were in the same place at the same time. They sort of kept coming in and out. So I'm pretty sure this cat is the woman.
I don't know what magic you're talking
the guard
of.
says, "All right, well, whatever. All right, bring them both in then. Make sure the cat is in the bag." And
Scratch him. I'm hissing and scratching.
make an attack roll then.
Oh shit.
Oh gosh.
Do you use cat stats?
Yes.
Yeah, I do. I use my cat stat.
Cat stats.
Oh dear. plus 0. Oh, I got an 18.
Oh, well done. You scratch a grown man in armor as he puts you into the bag and he drops you into it. Oh, God, cats, they're the worst.
You get 1 slashing damage.
Yeah, he takes it as like a champ.
Yeah, but it's gonna get infected because cats are like their claws are gross.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Do you turn into a cat as a clean cat, or do you choose the amount of dirt that's on your cat? Lots of questions at the theory of this magic, but yes, you are taken into the bag, and Hector, you are guided to somewhere in the city.
Am I with Hector?
Yes. Well, you don't know. You're in a bag.
Where are
Hey,
you
look,
taking me?
Be quiet. You will find out.
Ugh.
And as they are about to leave, the guards pay the barkeep a couple of coins for his ability to work with them so nicely.
I turn back
I'm
and look
yowling
at
loudly.
Jaren and say, Jaren, you scumbag!
All a day's work, my friend. And he lets you to return.
Well, Hector, mate, if you get a chance to roll sooner or later on, and you need a little bit of extra love, you've actually got a bit of a minor blessing from the chat.
Oh, legendary.
You know, can't all roll natural 18s like certain cats can, but there's a little bit of a blessing there for you if you need it. And so you can use your rage points, chat, to support the crew.
Thank you, chat. I'm sure I'll need
They
it.
might need it. We'll see how well that particular foray goes. The rest of you, though, sleep rather well. Flint, you have spent many nights in the city. You have found good lodgings. You found the one close by to the library, where you have spent several days now investigating the circles, trying to find more information as best as you can across all of the different sources.
Indeed, I would have.
You have found a few mentions of things that you could probably align to the circles. You have read that not all of them actually here, by the sounds of things. You read about a place that is as foreign to this world as any of the other continents, and maybe foreigner still. It seems that to travel there, you would have to travel through.
Robin, you're cutting out, Robin.
Why? Damn it! It shouldn't be that bad. It's like it should be
Because
good.
you're in Queensland.
Hey, don't be calling Queensland as bad.
Transmissions passing through that wormhole to the other dimension and back.
At any rate, you find out that there might be a parallel plane of existence.
Ooh, cool.
That may contain a few more answers to the rest of the circles. And Rhea, you have tracked down the thieves that you were following, those that were not strong enough to stand against your party. In the rush of battle, not being held back, you ran off after them. It took you some time, but you dealt with them quickly and efficiently. And once that was done, you made your way back to Avolo. As you came in during the night, the guards let you know of the recent raid on the Thieves Guild, and even let you know of the description of the people that they were looking for. You recognized immediately that they were the people that you'd been traveling with. You haven't happened to see any of them, have you?
No, good sir, but if you would let me know if you've seen them on the way, I want to make sure that they are abiding to the law. The choices between good and evil are kept intact.
As I hear it, we may just have found 2 of them, and they'll be promptly put into a cell.
Good sir, where did you find these 2, and what are you charging them for?
Just a little bit of thievery at this stage, a little bit of running from the cops, a little bit of undue magic against an officer,
With proven evidence?
Well, yes, they were caught with the possession of the items in their hands.
Take me to them now, good sir, as I do not believe that you are equaling out.
You have not seen them.
I have not, so you will take me to them now. If you do know
you have never met them.
I've never have, but I do believe in the rights of good and evil, so take me to them now, so I may equal this out, and you may not imprison incorrect people.
Well, I mean, you'll be more than happy to go up to the guardhouse. I won't be allowed to abandon my post, but if you want to make your way through there and try and convince them of that, more's your power, my friend.
Good sir, and I give him a little gentle tap on the cheek.
He says, "Oh, watch yourself."
Be very careful. And just keep walking.
The two guards look at each other once you fire it past, like, is it just me, or does it seem like all of the strangest people have arrived at Avolo over the last couple of days? Like, I swear we had a bunch of normal people. You know, some of them might have been thieves, sure. But now we got people that are just trying to write names in books. We got little short people trying to shoot folk. We got the Starry Night Sky, and it turned into a cat.
And there's like 1,000 Carloses.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of such a thing like a Carlos convention? It's just all going to hell in a handbasket.
As I'm walking up, I see a flyer roll past for Carlcon. Like,
I want Carlcon t-shirts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carlcon.
Was it a hybrid event? Was it both in person and online?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yep.
Carlcon. So, yes, as the morning rolls on, you all are awoken to the sound of the morning. And as you all get on with your day, it gets to about 11 a.m. when you start to hear the faint sounds of crackling in the distance. As the crackling becomes louder and louder and louder, it is accompanied by gasps and then an explosion. From the explosion, you hear the screams as off in the distance, those that were perceiving what was going on over there, everybody would have seen a purple explosion in the market square.
Well, I'll have woken up before harm to ensure that I wasn't murdered in my sleep. And I'll rush upstairs and I'll hear the explosion and I'll shake him awake and jump back and like, there's been an explosion, come on! And I'll start making my way towards the sound.
An explosion? Where? Where are we? Wait, oh, I'm coming.
Come on!
Quick, Skip. Which way, Skip?
You're just steering him away from like any mirrors.
Yes, I actually
Along the
am,
way.
yeah. Actively steering him away from any surfaces.
Palm has a -1 to intelligence, so there's a good chance he just doesn't think to look in a mirror. It is what
It makes sense. Like, who would go to look at a mirror prior to investigating the explosion?
Why would he want to go look in a mirror? All he does is serve Anubis.
He's forgotten that he even had a hair change of color, so you know.
Hector and Asteria, as the two of you come to, you notice that you are now in a cell. You know that it's a cell because of the guards that are around you, and very specifically, you realize that the guards are now all rushing out somewhere. You are woken by the sounds of a faint pop in the distance, but the guards seem to be very invested in whatever it was that just happened.
I call out, hey, what's going on? What's going on? To any guard that can hear me.
Most of the guards are just ignoring you as they run past. The guy who's been left to guide you sits across from the two of you in his chair, a news pamphlet in one hand, the keys sort of swirling around the other. He says, an explosion in the middle of the marketplace, in the middle of our bloody markets. Just the perfect time for it. It's not bad enough that we have to deal with you all trying to steal us all blind, but now this magic stuff going on as well.
Well, look, sir, look. It sounds like you're needed out there. People could be injured. We're not going
Deaf
anywhere.
ears, my friend. Deaf ears.
I don't get it. Leave us. Leave
Your
us.
words
Go.
fall on deaf ears.
Someone
And
throw
he
in the Carlos convention.
picks up his pamphlet again and begins reading. Otherwhere in the world, anybody else rushing to the explosion?
Well, I'm guessing it would have erupted my studies, so I'll be making my way to investigate.
It was so disturbing, in fact, that it broke your train of thought. And you lost.
What was I thinking about?
You were so close to understanding the connection of the rings to the historical significance. It's all gone.
Yeah.
It's all gone. So you heading there yourself?
Yes, I'll be making my way to the market square.
And yeah, we had the collection of Carlos's. How about the cat crew?
How close are we?
Talk with Rafe.
Yeah, you guys would have been close enough to hear the explosion. Because you guys have all split apart across the town, you would have probably all headed to the outskirts. And this explosion was central to all of that in the sort of the center market square of the town.
Around near where we were going to meet anyway?
Yes.
What do you think, Rafe? Do you think it's one of our friends fucking shit up, or?
There's a reasonable chance. So let's look. We got to go that way anyway. Let's keep a low profile and mosey on there.
Yeah, I agree.
How about you, Rhea? As you approach the cells last night, you were promptly turned away, expecting that if there was to be any trial, that you would be able to make your case there. But they would not be letting you see them tonight, as they were still being admitted into the cells.
So would I see people leaving this, like the jailhouse, then running out as the explosions happened?
You would be at least close by, depending on what you did after you arrived there.
Right.
You would
I
see
might-
what's happening.
I might try and slide back into the cells whilst there's people leaving.
Okay, we're gonna have an
interesting.
interesting split here, aren't we?
Jailbreak.
All right, we are gonna have a fun session. So just for some clarity, I do need to wrap up a little bit early tonight. So I'm looking at probably finishing up in about 15 minutes, if that's okay. With you. And
10:30.
yes. And then we will sort of hopefully leave at a good point to pick up in full swing in the middle of the action next week. But as we are heading out, we have some of the party members going to investigate the town center, and we will quickly make our way there in the map.
New map, who dis?
New map, who dis? As we find ourselves in this nice open green area.
Don't have a token.
No tokens.
And it's pitch black.
It's very dark.
It's massive as well.
Yeah, I know.
It's a pretty lovely here in Avolo. It's got good spaciousness.
Oh my god.
I will quickly
This doesn't stop.
Everybody that went is killed by the black mist.
It happened.
Game for everybody that went to the center of town.
So now you should all be able to see everything.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a big
And we
purple
get
thing
some tokens. So let us get some harm in here. We'll get some flint. We'll get a Malkis or two. A Rafe.
Will there be a
and,
Carlos?
that's Malkis.
There'll be 3 of them.
No, there'd be 3 Carloses.
In this realm and the last. As you guys are all approaching. So to the east of this map, you notice the sort of boundary of the buildings and the different pass-throughs that go into the rest of the town. There's also the main pathways that lead from the other parts that you can see on the map in the little trails. This center spot here is predominantly being used to, as you see here, set up these market stalls for traveling merchants. But as you all rush in, you see in the center of this place, very specifically, is a huge explosion site where you see a glow of purple coming out of it now. in the middle of this space. Around that space, you also see a whole bunch of guards that are around, and a few NPCs that are scattered through the place. Many of them trying to run away from here, trying to get away as fast as possible, not wanting to actually be involved with any of what's going on right now in the middle of this space.
Does anyone look injured?
A few of the people running out do. As you look a bit closer, you'll notice that there are a few bodies that are lying on the floor already, as the explosion has seemed to have wiped out quite a number of the ones that were too close, making sense with the sound of the explosion that you all heard.
And it's just the crystal. There's no people fighting or anything? No critters?
But as you approach, you notice the guards are all preparing for something. It seems that they are ready to fight something from somewhere. And it is as you watch, the magic that's glowing purple begins to coalesce. And you see these things come together and start to... There's a train going past this house.
Is anyone hearing that?
That's my house, yes. Sorry.
You're that close to the station. That's pretty
Yeah. Next week, I won't be this close to a train line. I cannot wait.
So yeah, you see this purple light coalesce into a solid form as many of these solid forms begin to spring up in front of the crater itself. And you see that the men begin to quickly, the guards rush to actually fight back against these particular invaders. So we will quickly drag a few of these out. These look like fun. So we have this guy here.
What is?
I want to see if we
Oh fuck! Why did I zoom in on that thing? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, what the hell?
Robin?
Yeah.
While this is happening, do I have room to is there enough room for me to go back to normal size if I wanted to?
You would have already been forced to go back to normal size with the...
Would I have really been forced?
Well, how long would you have been able to maintain it?
2 hours.
You've been there for most of the night.
Oh, does that mean we technically get another short rest?
I would say that you probably got 2 short rests, yes.
So they got short rest, but they didn't get a long rest?
I will, because that's otherwise mechanically you'd be able to make a tool while being in prison. So
yeah,
I would say probably 2 short rests.
And the rest of us
prison isn't a hotel. There's no fluffy pillows and soft downy beds.
Yeah,
it just didn't
Can I just go? I don't know if I'll just leave it then because I was gonna go into my starry form, but.
Yes, I will let you make those moves when we get to you. Resolve Rhea trying to break you out of prison. We will definitely get there.
How many of these baddies do we see?
You see a couple. What the fuck is that? As a few of them are actually jumping out. Most of the guards seem to have cut some off as they have jumped out of the space. So what you see in front of you are creatures that look to be sort of huge fanged humanoid beasts that have long gangly limbs with sharp claws at their end. They move on all fours as they scrape themselves forward towards their prey. You can see that most of them are move their necks very stiffly as they look around, bending their neck very unnaturally, almost all the way around behind them as they scout for their prey. They seem to be able to move in all directions without any sort of restriction as they begin to systematically hunt down anybody that's close to the explosion.
Awesome. Fantastic. Hey, I'm gonna cast friends on one of... No, I'm not gonna do that. Fuck that shit. These things
they are terrifying looking. Oh my god. Where the hell did you get these photos?
Can I run down to behind the fountain and hide?
Beautiful. So they are not paying attention to you at all right now, as they are definitely fully focused on the guards. As you guys are all rushing in. So I will get you to, for the sake of the day today, we will create a new encounter. So please feel free to add yourselves to combat.
Alright, I'm going to hide myself, and then I'll do my... with a 10. Shit, it's a terrible stealth roll.
I don't find myself in Hector.
No, we're in prison.
What the hell is that
Oh,
thing
right.
called?
You're in
A
prison.
bow.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, it looks
It's like,
pretty cool looking boss.
"Uh-oh, you fail," kind of
It's
sound.
in Volo's guide.
Yeah, it's evil. Bye-bye. You guys die.
What's it called?
Bye-bye.
I'm trying to remember how to add myself into combat, and it's just not...
You press your icon, and then right click, and then you press the sword and the shield. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, not bad.
The 20.
Nice
Cool.
one.
That's great.
20 also.
Awesome.
Yeah, when you not when you need it though.
Not what I needed. No. This is what I wanted. Like I don't want to be this close and then like first in round. Like Jesus Christ.
Beautiful. We'll add some of these
Crap.
guards in,
Listen to that roll. Crap.
and we'll
Crap.
add these ones in, and this one, a couple of guards to sort of give you guys at least a little bit of assistance.
That's all right. Well, I'm going to count these as technically allies. So I can still
Yeah,
sneak
well,
attack.
that's an interesting question, right? Are they allies or enemies? Who knows?
The free
Or-
XP.
Or are they bait?
As you guys are preparing yourselves, and I'll let you guys get into sort of a starting position for the combat, depending on where you would have wanted to be.
Yeah, I'll just like as I'm running to go to hide, I'll be like, protect the civilians. And I'll like dive down behind the thing, and I'm like, holy fuck, what the fuck is that thing?
Dive behind that well, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You guys see the light begin to coalesce again, and I'll get one
No,
of
it
you
doesn't. No,
to
no.
roll me a 1d8.
Oh, not going to... I'd
I'll
say
do it.
8
I'll
is
do it.
bad.
I'll do
Eight-
it. I'll do
eight
it.
is- 8 is
I'll
bad.
do it.
1 is
I'll do
good.
it. One.
Beautiful. With a 1, you see that glowing up out of the crystal is this smoky purple creature that seems to rise out of the hole, flying up into the air as the guards all look in terror at this thing floating up. And it, as they begin to try and dodge out of the way, they yell out, "Somebody! Protect us! Get this thing away from us!" As this creature finds its way into the sea.
Ba-bow.
And that is where we shall leave it to pick up next session and jump in.
Does everyone get
Hey DM,
Yes.
a quick non-combat thing. There's a certain dinge at the marketplace where this is all going down. Would I be able to make some sort of religious check or call out to Anubis to help identify him in the chaos?
You absolutely can.
Yeah. What am I doing there? Is it some sort of?
Yeah, give me a religion check. That sounds good.
Okay. I have an oddly low +2 religion.
Yeah, I mean it's sort of more of like a blind worship than any sort of informed understanding.
Yeah.
You notice there's a guy that looks pretty dingy.
As these things pop out of the ground, I'm just wondering what type of check this would be, but like I'm just wondering if I've just shit myself. Seeing these things for
You
the
can make
first
a
time.
Constitution
Medicine?
save.
A con save?
Oh, definitely con save.
Not there. Oh my god, where is it? Where's the con save on Foundry?
the
It's
attributes on
just
the
if
left.
you press the Constitution
You press
button.
your con button and then it asks you.
Saving throw. Normal.
Or it was like rolling, teetering the 1 there, but you got a 4.
14. 14.
Beautiful. Yeah, your bells feel kind of loose, but no, you clench them up. Yeah, you can't have it, going you right now.
I'm more scared of Harm finding out that he has a rainbow beard and mohawk.
Can't wait till he chats dinge about that. Gets killed by a bloody clown.
So just prior to us wrapping up, Rhea, as you begin to try and make your way in, you notice a lot of people getting out. How are you going to try and get, you waiting for them all to leave?
Yeah, and just casually sliding in stealthy, under the... Nothing conspicuous.
Give me a stealth check, please.
I knew you'd ask for that.
What a surprise.
Here's one.
Can I guide him?
Not that far away. All right, so you walk in and...
Fall down the stairs.
No, you're not bad. It's just you're not being exactly that inconspicuous. The good thing is there's almost nobody to notice you, even if you were. But as you make your way in, you eventually, you both, Hector and Asteria, you notice the guard immediately prick up, and you see them draw their sword. And that is where we will end tonight.
Oh man, come on.
Tense stuff.
God damn it, Robin!
Yeah,
What a
we're great.
cliffhanger.
Super excited.
A whole week.
See, we can just...
I have to wait 1 whole week.
Yeah, but we can just nope the hell out of here up north.
No, we
But
gotta.
seriously though, how
I know-
terrifying do those monsters look? Like, I am actually, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
See,
No.
that's why I'm staying away from where they are. And also, Asteria doesn't know them that they're there yet. She's in jail.
Yeah,
You're
but
right.
Ahinsa's freaked out, okay?
They look like the things from A Quiet Place.
Yeah,
That's how
they
fucked up
definitely
they look.
do, don't they? They
My
are
mom
very...
wants to say hi.
Well,
Hi, Mum.
Hey,
Hi!
Mum.
She doesn't
They look
want to,
cuddly.
she got embarrassed now.
Oh, that's...
Come on then.
Mom, you could be the
Hi,
follower
it's his
who wins
mum.
the prize.
Are you a dragon?
Come on.
You dragon.
I'll be so upset if your mum's not role-playing a dragon right now.
You have to act like a dragon though. Go rah. Say rah. Say rah. Rah.
Hey! The golden dragon herself. G'day, Mama Rahimza.
Hey, that's a cameo that none of us were expecting. That was great.
No way.
Hey, I'm still in here.
I'm just throwing it out there. There's like a 72% chance your mum's name's Carlos, isn't it?
Oh yeah, 100%. That's a middle name. That's a middle name.
Maybe that's our next milestone. We start throwing wives and girlfriends in front of the camera. Just don't love that.
I was there, but I did that before everyone. Okay.
You did. You were the OG, that's for sure.
I just love
I
it
got
that
another cameo.
the chat was getting your mum to say rah as well.
Oh, nothing kidding.
was a kitty.
Either that or get Jess's wife to tell us what she really thinks.
No.
Oh, gaggle.
Hey
Insta
guys,
ban.
yeah, when we hit 300 followers, we'll get Jess's wife to tell us what she really thinks.
Get
Like,
it?
and she
You
told
know
us
that,
like
right.
She's tired. It'd be
Just,
fantastic.
just with the
She
blender
tells
going
us
in the
what-
background too.
I was gonna say she tells us by the NutriBullet.
No, I'm gonna make the big bad of this whole campaign just like a giant blender that's come to life.
Oh
That's
Jesus.
spinning around.
That's the
It just
DDEG.
causes.
Oh,
What's the
geez.
vicious mockery the whole time?
There
Psychic
would be-
damage consistently.
There would be something
dear.
really cool about Jez and his wife sitting side by side and playing two barbs, and she just vicious mocking him the whole time.
Yeah, she's just one of the bad guys. Like that just sits there. Like I'll make her a inanimate object that's just like constantly just hurting his feelings the whole life.
I kind of like them being a split personality of the one barb. It's just messing with this one guy. Constantly mocking the other one.
Oh, there's so many opportunities in there.
Oh,
I'll pass the message on, see what she says,
and tell her
Okay.
and then I'll pass that message back to you guys.
Yeah, it's alright. My wife will get in on the vicious mockery. She'll sit here and do exactly the same thing. This could be evil for our stream or incredibly good
Yeah.
because everyone will be like, wow, did their wife destroy
like,
them?
like I said, there is no doubt in my mind that them mocking us playing would get more viewership than us playing.
Yeah.
It's
Let's get them on recaps.
The real. Let's do the Real Housewives of Avolo,
we
right?
can have recaps.
And
We can have recaps and retorts
That is the
So-
real raging recaps, right?
sort of stream.
Retorts.
Oh my god.
All right, everybody. I gotta run.
Recaps and Rieslings.
Thank you
Get
so
it,
much
go.
Bye.
for joining in.
Bye,
It was
everyone.
super fun, and we'll see you all next week. Same
See
time,
ya.
place.
Long stream next week, Robin.
Well, hopefully, yeah.
Yes.
Are we gonna raid somebody?
Just looking at that, we can have a raid of someone. Let's have a look.
A rave.
That's
We're
a raid.
rave. We're raving.
You too,
Nice.
DM Adam. You have a fantastic weekend, and thank you as always for joining in.
Let's go
Thank
raid.
you, everyone.
Indeed.
Thanks everyone for joining in. We'll go and raid roll for
Yes.
damage. Don't
Oh,
forget,
hell yeah.
tell your friends
I like
to
that.
follow the raging rolls, and they can be in a chance to win. What's it called? Ben Richton's
Van
Guide to
Ravenloft.
Ravenloft.
This is Guys to Ravenloft. You should also tell the people at Roll for Damage that they should subscribe to and follow us for their chance to win.
You really should.
Bye.
Or yeah, be more subtle about it. Talk about the fantastic stream that they just missed. You know.
Yeah.
But make sure we'll be raiding them shortly. Make sure you tell them all the fun we've had. Give them heaps. Show them a lot of support. They're another local Australian stream, I think. It's been a while since I've checked them out properly.
They're Spanish.
No, I think they're based in WA.
They're running a Carlos gig, so it's fine.
they're all named Carlos.
That's
Just
it. Turn
everyone-
up and just
everyone-
call everyone Carlos.
Yep, just get in there and instead of a raid, it's a Carlos raid. Just Carlos like crazy.
Carlos.
Yeah, they
Unfortunately,
won't have
hot tub.
like our hot tub stream will be legendary.
It's called a hot tub Carlos time machine.
All right, night everybody.
Night, Carlos.
Cheers.
See ya.
Bye.
Is that just Carlos in a hot tub playing water polo by himself?
Bye, everyone.
Bye.